I normally never run these, but I got it on Rock Auto for dirt cheap. And I'm really not sure if this engine is any good, because the timing belt flew off of it, and had the guy I got it from took the freaking head off of it and left it rust. So I had to clean it up really good. But what I'm going to do, it's kind of a little bit bent up, but it should be alright. It's kind of my fault. It is MLS. It's just a Fel Pro. A lot of people call them, instead of Fel Pro, they call them Fail Pro. But it's windy out here. I haven't showed you guys much. I still got to clean this up some. But as you guys can see, the cylinder head has been cleaned up. This engine has actually been, it's hard to tell you guys if you guys can see it or not. This engine has actually been seized up before from him just letting it sit out. This side here had some pitting, so I had to really clean it up on this side. What I use is Scotch-Brite medium coarse, right? Or it's coarse is what it is. And that's how I clean everything up. Now the head, I've never tried to use it before, and it actually looks like you could probably do it. This is the head. It's obviously not cleaned up, but there's no scratches in it. You can see like a little bit of swirls, but I don't know. But normally we just take like a sponge with some Scotch-Brite on it and do it by hand. I mean, I'd like to take it to go get resurfaced. I gotta clean it yet. It's a little sticky. I just sprayed it all out and stuff flew everywhere, but I'm gonna re-clean this up just a little bit more. I'm gonna put some copper spray on that head gasket, probably literally on the freaking head and the block, because I don't know if any of this is gonna seal. This is all just an experiment for me, and I'm gonna use OEM bolts for this, and I'm gonna torque those, I think, all to 70, because if the engine runs good, we'll see if it takes some nitrous or boost. More likely boost, because as you guys can see, there's some pitting in there. Nitrous gets in there, gets a little bit of oil, it'll scatter this fucking thing quickly. So yeah, we'll probably just put a Chinese turbo on it and go from there. And I'm gonna paint this head gasket up. Alright guys, we got the head on there. That was off the engine. We just took, so we just put in the turbo Tiburon. I took it all apart right, but I did let one stud in there tight and didn't realize it, so hopefully it didn't warp the head any. The block's gonna be a mystery anyway. That was a cheap head gasket, so hopefully everything will be okay the way it is. We're gonna give it a go. It's a Fel Pro and the OEM. All you gotta do with these is just a little bit of oil, dump a little bit of oil on these and just put them in, and then do them your normal way the manufacturer tells you to do them. A lot of people go in and out, but that's not the way the OEM says to do it. It actually goes from here over to here, back to here, then over to here, and then you guys just do your pattern like that. But yeah, I'm just gonna put it together. You guys done seen this a bunch of times, and if you haven't, there's a lot of videos showing it. Had the wife clean this all up. Looks really good. She cleaned that up really good. Thought I had a gasket. I don't, so we're just gonna use gray gasket maker. Should work. I mean, it's what it does. It makes a gasket. I normally always use a gasket in this, so we will see if this works. I got it all through there. I got a little bit of a low spot, so I might want to put a little bit right there. Everything else is good to go. Alright guys, here's the seals for the valve cover for the spark plug tubes. Now right there, if you happen to get oil down into your spark plug, you know where it's coming from. We gotta get it. Yeah, this one might work. Push that right in there. You should actually have one that's a little bit more closer to the sides. I probably should go get one, but literally that's how simple they are, guys. You go in here, see how you have these little edges? That's where you can pry with your screwdriver a little bit to pry them out, but you got to make sure you do not scratch these in there. If you scratch them, they're not going to seal. I mean, you could probably use some RTV, push them down in. I mean, these are actually going in by hand. And what you want to do is get one the same size of that. I got to go find one, but I don't have to do that to show you guys. Just literally just put them in there. It actually is going in without one, but I'm going to grab one anyway, the size of that right there, and just give it a little knock in. Alright guys, I literally took a 36 mil and hit them down and didn't even move, so they seated really good by just pushing them in. Had this valve cover gasket sitting around, and we're going to put that on there as well. Water pump in here. We didn't put a gasket in it, we just tried to use a gasket maker. So we just finger tighten it until it's smushed out, let it sit for an hour, and then we torqued everything to I think 13 foot-pounds. And then went ahead and torqued the bottom idler pulley for right now, because I gotta take this all back out to put the post mount in here. But I wanted to see if it feels like it has any compression in it. It has spark plugs in it already, so the spark plugs are going to make it harder to turn. So that should at least let me know if the engine's a little bit, if it's decent to go. There's no oil in the damn thing, I don't think. Little to none. See a little bit on the dipstick there. So I'm going to end up having to get some oil for it to make sure before we keep cranking it and turning it. Like I showed you guys, this motor was locked up, and so I don't know what to expect. I did this all in about, what, 4 hours.
Yeah.
You know, resurfaced everything, cleaned everything up, and oh yeah, it's definitely got compression. Feels like it's definitely got some compression. There's one circle. As you can see, it's down at the bottom right now. What we want to do is get one more up, and it should line up at the top where the pinkish red mark is, which is not so pinkish or red anymore. I can hear a little bit of compression, it sounds like.
Yeah. You're probably on.
So that should be, yeah, we're right on there now. Everything's right on the money now, so belts don't move more than 4 to 6 millimeters, so that's good. It feels like it has compression. Is the head gasket gonna sound like it, didn't it? Is the head gasket gonna leak? I don't know. It's definitely down on the block. We had a little scary incident tightening it. The last one, the guys doing these on 70. We did 70 on stock head studs the whole way. As you guys can see, this one right here, it like started to stretch it right inside of it, and it literally spun some in there, and I was able to get it back down in there a little bit farther, and I did it, and it torqued at 70. So they're all at 70. I've never done this. I've just heard of other people doing it, so I figured, hey, let's give it a shot on this experimental engine here that we're throwing together. We don't know what the bottom end condition of this is. The cylinder walls obviously got a little rust in them. The motor was locked up when we got it. We on-freed it, cleaned the surface off of it, which was rusted up really bad, pitting on this side. So if it does leak, I'd say it's going to leak out this side of the gasket. But the good thing is that's where the 212s are. So, but they're all 70, towards the 70. Really fucking sketchy.
It was.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it? And yeah, we put it on there. So let's see what happens, guys. I mean, I gotta put a crank sensor or a cam sensor here. I have one of those up there somewhere, and put a cam sensor in the back of it yet, and then we just gotta throw it all together. A lot of oil over this way, guys. A lot of oil. I mean, it's dirty as shit. So I'm thinking the oil pump seal, the front seal is probably leaking, and that gasket maybe too. So that'll give me a chance to pull that off, replace the seal and the gasket, show you guys how to do that. And we'll go ahead and do the oil pan as well. You guys already seen a video on that before, but we'll go ahead and show you the oil pump. If everything's good, you know, we'll go ahead and do that. I don't want to put a lot of money into it, so that's why I'm doing everything at the bare minimum. I have everything. You know, this is all brand new timing belt from last June, and pulleys. Same way with the pump. This stuff's only, we ran it from July to basically August, September, and October, and then November. 4 months. This was only on the turbo car for 4 months, so it's good for a good 70,000 miles yet. So we got that out of it, but I'm thinking that's what's leaking. We got a new, I showed you guys that new gasket on that. We'll take this back off and paint it after we figure out if everything's gonna run. If it runs, it'll be pretty wild because it was locked up, and it wouldn't have been like that, but the guy that got it has no ambition, and he tore it apart, and that was as far as his ambition got. He was just tearing it apart, and he left it sit like that. That was stupid. If you ain't got time or anything, you just let an engine together, and then when you get everything, then you tear it apart. Otherwise, it'll just rust. So we're going to see if we can make this engine run. I hope we can. That'd be pretty wild if we can make it run. It's only got 140,000 according to the in there, so that's not bad. Parts car's got one with 180 some thousand miles on it, which we'll throw in there if we need to. So, but I got a clutch conversion kit for this, and we have turbo Tiburon's clutch that we ran 11.1 in, pressure plate, and the clutch is still all good, so we'll throw that in here. So we'll be able to hold the power. We got an extra turbo manifold, and we have everything to turbo it other than the same size intercooler, same side intercooler. Need to get one of them, and we'll probably put the new one in the turbo tip and put the old one in here and a China turbo in it, and we'll see what it can do. With that pitting like that, I don't want to put nitrous on it because if there's any kind of a mixture of oil and that gets in there from the rings or anything, it'll just blow it straight up. But if we can, say, run 14 psi on stock head bolts and stuff for a little while in a Feld Pro head gasket, which are known to just fucking fail, we'll do it. But I didn't want to spend any kind of money on an OEM one if I don't even know what the engine's going to do. This is basically an experiment to see if we have an engine still. But we'll see. If not, we'll put another engine in, but I think it'll be all right, and I think we'll be putting some seals in it and tearing the transmission out of it and make it hold a little bit of power. All right, guys, I'll get back to this and show you more at another date later on. Okay, guys, a lot different than the last time you've seen it. This probably be the turbo manifold we use, one of them eBay ones for now, until I actually get one made for my car. Hopefully get a top mount made, and we'll use the one off my car. Well, we'll see how one of these hold up anyway. I welded a 30 millimeter gate on the top of it. I have a 30 millimeter wastegate, extra one. Just get like a China turbo. I have a downpipe that actually pretty sure works with all this stuff as well. If I remember right, my Honda D series pipe works perfectly with a Chinese turbo on this. We got all the injectors hooked up. We got some more stuff back here to do. Hook up our air idle control, so you guys can see the rain's coming and it's supposed to be pretty nasty, so I'm going to call it a day. But we got the thermostat housing on there. Got it. Didn't really clean it up much, guys, because I just don't know if this engine's going to work or not, you know. And then that's off the engine I just bought. It was all connected together and I knew it ran. So I'm going to put a coil pack on here now since I got this housing nice and tight, as you can see, but can't really see. Kind of see that gray mark. A little silicone in there to make sure that works. I had a gasket for this. Didn't have a gasket for this. I think it's going to work. Looks like it's going to me. I'm just hopeful that it actually fires up. That'd be pretty neat. And not have leaks. I went ahead and torqued the studs to 70 the whole way around, OEM studs, and then torqued these right here as normal. 6 or 7. I think I use 6. Got those all done. I gotta buy a oil filter for it yet. Gotta buy some cheap oil for it yet. It has a good bit of a leak over here, so I think that's that front seal. So I'll probably have to pull all this back apart if this engine actually works and the compression's decent. Yeah, we'll see what the compression's like after that, but I'm pretty sure I have some spark plug wires around here, and I know I got the coil pack around here for it. Hopefully, guys, it'll fire up and run. That'd be pretty wild if it does. We didn't deck the head or nothing in it. We just cleaned the block up real good, cleaned the head up as best we could. Felpro gasket with copper sealant on it. It's impossible I don't have the light on. I thought I did. I'm hopeful it's going to work. I'm going to hook up some more stuff tomorrow if it don't rain. Get it to the point where it's getting ready to start. And then this car needs a fuel tank in it. When I bought the parts car, right back here creeping, when I bought that car, they come with a brand new fuel tank. So we're going to put the brand new fuel tank in this and do that. The RD actually has a 340 pump in it. So if we need that pump for turbo, we'll put it in this and put the OEM pump in the RD for right now. But we'll see what happens. I'll probably put like a stock header on it just to see how it's going to start. Or aftermarket header, just a little Chinese header. I think it's going to be good, guys. I'm excited to see what it does. It obviously needs motor mounts, everything. That over there has the lightweight flywheel I want to put in this, and I have the clutch conversion kit for this as well. I'll have to show you guys. But I just want to get it to run first, NA, drive it around a little bit, make sure it's going to run decently. Check the compression on it at first, and then check the compression on it after like a couple hundred miles and see where it's at. I want to put some miles on it first, see what we got to do to it, and go from there. You know what I mean? Probably take I don't think I need to take the front bumper off as of right now. No, I don't think we do for anything. This we will for the intercooler, but like I said, we'll get it running first. Gotta get a fuel filter too. Put that fuel tank in. So gotta get all this buttoned up and then put the fuel tank in before I can even see what it does. Hopefully it's not a waste of time. But hey, it was an engine sitting here. I had a head sitting here. I had all the parts sitting here. Why not try it? If not, we have one in the parts car with a new timing belt and water pump and new head gasket in it, and we'll just put that one in here. But this one has 140,000 miles on it. Yeah, 140,000, almost 141. But hopefully we can get this, guys, running this year with the Megasport 1 in it. As long as I can get the Megasport 3 in the black turbo car, as long as I can get in that car, my mistress as I call it, as long as I can get the MS3 in her and get her tuned, this will get the MS1. I have to get 1,000cc injectors. Well, I like to get 50. Hopefully I can afford to get 1,500cc injectors before I tune my car. I'm going to try to do that. And then as soon as I can get those, we'll have the thousands for this. So should be pretty interesting, guys. I'm hopeful for a pretty fun year. We'll see what we can do. Try to get this car going next. I got to tear the clutch back out of it. Not disengaging. Something's going on with the talent. So we'll do that next as well. I think that might be our next project. After we try to hurry up and finish this up and see if we can have a running engine. But I'm going to button it up, put a fuel tank in it. I'll make videos on this, put it out. Probably try to do 10 minutes, 12 minutes at a time. 30 minutes is way too long. Plus, I really don't have the memory, and then I can't edit it in 1080 or nothing like that. So we'll just keep them small. Everyone likes it smaller anyway, I believe. Smaller videos, the better, I believe. But wish me luck with this, guys. Have a good day.